Hello, my name is Branislav and I want to show you a tool which I developed. The tool which is intended to all RC helicopter pilots which want to improve their flying skills. Is it helicopter pilots like me, or airplane pilots, or drone pilots? Why this idea was born? I was looking into more complete training program which can help me to improve my flying skills. But I didn't find anything. There is a lot of great YouTube videos how to practice specific maneuvers, but I didn't find a complete program, which is something like you get from your gym trainer when you want over a half year to improve that and that. That's why I decided to develop such a tool. And today I want to show you how this tool is working, so maybe you can try and start to use it by yourselves. So thank you very much for watching me. So first thing to define, and which now tool is able to do, was to define some kind of training language. So I decided to have a training item definition defined by 5 elements, and that's maneuvers, their variants, orientation, trajectories, and transitions. So when we go to maneuvers, we see this is a standard definition of maneuvers, as most of us know them: paint stirrer, loop, flip, yeah, this type of maneuvers. Then each maneuver has its variant, as again that's quite familiar. It's a backward, forward, inverted. Then we can have different orientations in which we want to practice maneuver, either it's nose in or skids in. And then we have trajectories, which could be circles, clockwise circles, and counterclockwise circles, figure 8. And then we have transitions, which is another element to complete the definition of the training item. So for example, then if I want to practice pyrofunnel, stationary pyrofunnel, I define it as a maneuver is a funnel, variant is a pyro, and then I define trajectory, which is stationary. So this is the language in which we can define all the different combinations of maneuvers, and we can improve, because of course it's something different if we, I don't know, practice aileron TikTok when we have a tail in, and it's different when we practice aileron TikTok nose in. Yeah. Next component of solution is definition of training program itself. And it consists of 4 building blocks. The first one is a training itself. Then each training has a number of sessions. So those are like your training days, your flying days. Each session has a number of flights, and each flight could have definition of flight items to be practiced. To create a new training plan, it's very simple. Just click Add button. You define the title of your training plan. Typically, I'm using my training period like 1 month, but it's up to you if you want to have your training period 1 month, quarter, half year, whatever you would like to have it. So initially you just define a title, and then you go into definition of training items. So that's what you want to focus on. You can define individual maneuvers from the database of maneuvers and their versions, or you can as well copy paste or copy from previous definition, which I'm quite often doing. I just copy my previous month, and I'm, let's say, adjusting that. So I'm doing that right now. So here are my 4 maneuvers I want to focus on. Next step is then to define the individual sessions you want to have in the training. You can again add them one by one, or you can copy from your previous sessions, or you can use the templates which are defined in the system. So let's say I'm using this 10 session template. So I have here now defined 10 sessions. So it speed up my training play definitions. Those are empty, but if you would select a completely defined training plan, then you would have populated it with the flights and flight items. I have here now the sessions which are empty, so I need to complete the content of the session. So I need to define, okay, when I want to have my session, so let's say 24th of November, and I can define my training duration as well, just to see how much I'm planning. I can define the environment in which I want to execute. Would it be field? Would it be simulator? So I have that one. And when I have the session defined, I can go to define the flights of that session. Again, I can do one by one, or I can copy from some previous flights, or I can as well copy from the system templates, or based on the system templates. So here are my typical 4 flights. This is my typical 4 flight session. So I have a warm-up flight, new orientation, new maneuver, and those are pre-populated with already flight items I want to practice. What is possible to do as well is that I can define a scoring scheme. So if I want to score do self-scoring, it's just for myself to see the progress or to monitor my progress by self-scoring, I can define a score schema. There are various score schemas like a basic, freestyle, and different others. And those schemas either allows you to define or to score either entire flight, or you can as well score individual flight items. I'm typically using just basic score scheme. And now I'm basically finished with definition of my training plan, and I can go to practicing. Now, to use the defined training to actually practice, it's very simple. This tool is working just in the browser, so I would recommend to use your training plan definitions at computer, but of course you can do it in mobile phone as well. And when you go to field, then it's okay to have your mobile phone. So when you are at the field, you will just select the session you are going to practice, either navigating via training session, or you can go as well into calendar, which is the view, scheduled view of your individual sessions. And I click my session. I will go to my first flight of the session day. What I would recommend as well to do before the flight is to define the model and battery you are going to fly this flight with. Then tool is providing you automatic counter for the model and for the battery. And when you have this defined, you can start Colo application. Colo application is the tool which will call individual maneuvers defined in your flight. It could be started in 2 modes. Either it could be started in a manual mode, in auto mode. If you start it in auto mode, then caller will call first maneuver, then wait the predefined duration for the maneuver, and call next maneuver until you reach the end. If you define a manual mode, then you are navigating caller with commands. Like next, previous, etc. Yeah. So let's show it in the practice. We will start now in auto mode.
Ready for takeoff.
Okay, now I will spool up my helicopter, and when I'm in the air, I will give a command. Start.
Figure 8 clockwise. Forward. Flight.
Okay, now I'm flying my maneuver. you see here all the commands which are available to navigate Colo application. So now it's defined 30 seconds. Now it's defined, I think, 30 seconds for the maneuver. So after 30 seconds, we should get another call.
Figure 8 clockwise, inverted forward, flight.
Okay, as I said, I can navigate the tool as well myself, so I can say next.
Figure 8 clockwise, backward, flight.
If I need to pause the flight, I give it the command stop.
Paused.
Then, of course, we can go on, so I will give a command continue.
Figure 8 clockwise, backward, flight.
And
time 1 minute.
Okay, there is a time color as well. And when I'm completed with the flight, I just give a command done.
Flight completed.
Okay, so now I landed, my flight is completed. What the tool will do for me is that it will define the actual real duration. So I see here it was only 1 minute 9 seconds. It will define when I started, when I completed, and if I want to, I can give a scoring, but sorry, the scoring is basic, so the scoring is given to individual flight elements. So if I want to, I can give a score to individual flight elements. So let's say, okay, 5 for 5, and if I then do for all of them here, then I will see in a flight as well, there will be a total score defined. So then I will go to next flight and next flight, and when I'm completed with my session, then I will just change the status. Okay, completed. I will set I started my session here, and I completed at 5, just for you to have some indication. And sorry, my all session flights must be completed before I can close it, but that's the idea. Now, one more thing you can do when you came back home is that you can upload your data, telemetry data, from your radio if it could be provided. So this could be quite useful for pilots with radios using OpenTX, HTX, or any other which can provide the telemetry data as a comma separated values. It's very simple. You just need to go to the upload file logs, then you will select all your file logs you want to upload, and it will automatically match the file logs to the flights you did based on model name and date time, but unfortunately I have just very old log, so I need to do it manually. So the manual way to upload it would be to go to the flight. Here is my flight, and then to select by myself the mapping. Yeah, so I will upload my telemetry data, and then anytime I can come back and visualize my telemetry data. So you see here, okay, this is my telemetry. I can add more values from a telemetry file, okay, like amps, whatever is available in your file, and save it. So when I next time came, I will see these three parameters. What is quite maybe useful and quite interesting is that you see, okay, the data, telemetry data, but as well what you could see here is maneuvers you've been practicing, yeah, with this orange. So you see now this was a flight maneuver. This was a flight maneuver because all those flight maneuvers and the flight were like that. But if you would practice, I don't know, TikTok, then you may use it maybe and see, okay, you're doing, maybe you are too hard on the sticks because your RPN is dropping or something like that. Yeah, so could be useful feature. So that's possibility. Now, another feature of the tool is to provide some community or features. So first of all, the idea is that whatever data you define in the system, you can share them. So is it your trainings, complete trainings, or just individual sessions, or the flights, or if you define your own maneuvers, you can share them. So wherever you are, here we are in this training plan, and then I can say, okay, I'm sharing my training. Then other pilots, when they are in the trainings, we can click this shared, and we will see all trainings which were shared. Yeah. So, and I believe this could be and should be quite important feature of this tool, because this way, if the community is, let's say, big enough and they are actively using the tool, then there could be a lot of very useful materials which pilots can share between themselves. Then there is another community feature which is here, a map. So when you are a pilot, you can define your club location. So you can belong to club. You can define as well your own field where you're typically going to fly, because we know many helicopter flights we go just anywhere where it's technically possible to fly, and we just flying there. What is interesting as well, I implemented this feature which is flying. So if I click this button, what it will do is that it will share my current location. So technically, if I want to let my friends or any other pilots know I'm currently flying and where am I flying, I can tap that button and it will announce my position. So other pilots can look and maybe join me. So for example, I'm flying quite often alone, and for me it would be quite nice if other pilots can see me and maybe join me, or I can see other pilots. I'm not going to click it now because it will share my current location, which is my home, and I don't want to disclose this location right now. Okay. Next feature which is available in the tool is set of dashboards. So when you click a dashboard, then first you get your own personal dashboard where you can filter it by week, so to see the data of this week, this month, this year, all or next week. What you see here is, first of all, it's your status. So it tracks your skill points based on your self-scoring. Then your experience level, which is based on how often you're using the tool, and the contribution level is about how much data you are sharing with the community. Then you will see the top model by the flights, so which model you are flying most. You will see your training programs, completed, skipped, remaining, same with the sessions. Then you will see your flights, number of completed flights, time you spend in the simulator, in the field, total. Then you will see the maneuvers, the individual maneuvers, then as well their versions. So for example, if you have a TikTok and once you practice it nose in and then nose out, then these are two versions. And then as well you see maneuvers, top maneuvers by count and by duration. Another dashboard which is here is a community dashboard, where you see the top pilots by experience points. So again, we are not comparing the skill points because it's all self-scoring. It would totally make no sense. So it's experience points. Then the top clubs, it's a sum of experience points of all pilots. Then we have the top 10 contributors, and as well we have the top 10 contributing pilots. And we have here as well this top 10 mechanics, because it's possible as well to maintain the model, and I mean some fun feature, I would say. I will show it later. And another dashboard is a club dashboard. So it's similar to personal dashboard, but it's for entire club. So you see all your club members and how many training session, etc. So all this data. If you are mixed, then you can filter it just to see the data for airplane guys, for helicopters, or all together. And then the last dashboard which is there is a training dashboard, where you select your training session. Sorry, the training, not the training session, but the training and period and all. And then you will see basic data. So with the training status, so how you are progressing. Then what is your training discipline, means if you completed the trainings which should be completed by today. Then we have these two, I would say it could be quite useful parameters. I'm calling them objectives adherence, and they are like a planned and actual. What they are. If you define your training items, where we are here, and we define our training items, what we want to focus on. So these four versions of maneuvers. And then if we are in this training dashboard, then this percentage told us how much time we are planning to focus on these four maneuvers which were there. Because we all know, if we want to progress, it's quite important not to do just some free flying, but we should really spend the time on those elements we want to practice. So we know rule of thumb is 60-70% of the time should be spent on maneuvers we are learning. Yeah. And if I have this percentage 67, it means okay, my plan is that yes, I'm focusing on these maneuvers. And here then is actual execution. So if I'm really doing it and I see okay, I even more practicing those maneuvers than I was originally planning. Yeah. So these are dashboards available in the system. Now, very last feature available with the tool is its definition of the models and the batteries. So when I click the models, I get all my models. I can add another model. So let's say this is my sub RAW 700. I have some basic data like model configuration, a number of flights. When I'm using the model in the definition of flight, I said, then it's increasing the flight automatically. I see my last flight when it was, and what I could do as well is some basic functionality for maintenance operations. So if I need to do something, I can plan it just to say, okay, I need to do some repair. I want to do it on that time, and then I can see it as well in my calendar. I have here planned, I don't know, I have a problem with the servo. So I know, okay, one of the servo is probably stripped on my Gooski S2 model. So it's a definition of the models, and then it's a definition of my batteries. Again, with the automatic counter, I can define a status, some basic data. Yeah, so it's, I think, useful just to have this data in the system. So the system database is preloaded with a number of maneuvers. So far I have added especially helicopter maneuvers, but I will do as well for airplanes shortly. So you can find here, I don't know, if you F3N pilot, then you will find all the definition of F3N flights, or I know F3C flights. As well, we have this pilot proficiency program, so different levels, yeah? Level 1, level 2, and the idea is to add more system data or default data, so to have not only maneuvers but as well to have a predefined trainings. But as I said, what I would like to see is it's used by the pilots, and this tool is for free, and I believe it could be used, and it would have a value if other pilots would share the data, because then we can learn from each other. So thank you very much for watching me, and I hope you will join it and enjoy the tool. Thanks.